What if affirmations were the thing that you are actually missing from making your manifestations work? This might seem like a super basic topic, but I see it so often that people just get way into their heads on how do you do affirmations right and whether affirmations work or not when they're trying to manifest. Also, a lot of the manifestation world seems to be about robotically affirming things, and that isn't the solution to actually make your manifestations not just happen, but happen fast. Because at the end of the day, we don't want to be waiting months on end to make those manifestations appear in the 3D. Hey, I'm Alex, your mystical BFF. Welcome to my channel. If you want to be manifesting the life of your dreams, you are in the right place. So let's get into today's topic about affirmations and how do they work and how do you make them work for your manifestations. To understand why affirmations actually work when you're trying to manifest, we need to go at the very, very beginning. Neuroplasticity is the ability that your brain has to change and adapt to different circumstances throughout your life. This is what basically makes your affirmations work. The truth is that your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination, which is so useful when you are trying to manifest things. Because even if you don't have that thing, if you can visualize it and make your brain believe that you already have it, it's like basically you already have it. And you are matching that energy of already having it, and the manifestation comes to you so much faster. So creating an image of you having that thing or you doing that thing activates so many areas of the brain that are the exact same as if you were physically doing that thing in reality. Which is also why visualizing is so good when you are manifesting anything. So actually, regular repetition of those affirmations makes your brain believe that they are facts. And this takes us to the whole be, do, have. Anything that you do first comes from a thought. If you change that thought, the actions will change, and then you end up with a different outcome. So if you have negative thoughts, you are going to be taking actions that are going to be congruent with that thought. But this is also true if you have positive thoughts. If you have positive thoughts, then the actions that you are going to be taking are going to be completely different than if you had negative thoughts, and the outcome is going to be completely different. So for example, let's say that you want to go for a promotion at work. If you don't believe that you are good at your job, you are never going to apply for that promotion or put yourself forward for that promotion because you don't think that you are good enough to have it, that you are good at your job, that people are going to want to give you that promotion, so you are never going to apply for that promotion. And if you do, it's probably going to be very much like, oh, I'm going to half-ass it because I know that I'm never going to get it because I'm not good enough for that promotion. However, if you know that you are amazing at your job, you know that you are incredible, that people know that you are incredible, not only are you going to put yourself forward for that promotion, but you are also going to get that promotion because there is no way that you couldn't get that promotion. All of your beliefs are saying that. It is so part of your self-concept, it is so part of who you are, that the 3D can only match that. But sometimes I get the question, well, affirmations don't work for me, or I have been saying these affirmations and nothing has changed, and that just means that you have to dig in a little bit deeper. So if you sit down with your affirmations, maybe when you are repeating them, you feel like they're not really true, you feel like they're kind of triggering you, they make you feel a bit anxious, that really means that this is an affirmation that requires more in-depth work, or it requires to know what is happening. This is why I don't necessarily recommend robotically affirming things, because you are just making it harder on yourself if you are trying to just robotically be affirming something that you really don't believe is true. Yes, eventually your brain is going to catch up and is going to be like, well, we have repeated so many times that then I am going to believe this thing. But it could also be that it is very surface level if you haven't looked at why you believed that thing in the first place, that negative thing in the first place, that eventually that will come up, even if at a surface level you're like, well, yeah, I believe this now, but the thing underneath it is still very present. And that's why manifesting through robotically affirming is yes, a way that can work, but it is also a way that can be so much more lengthy and more time consuming and just so much harder in general. I am here for the ease in manifestation. I do not want to be, and I know you don't either, want to be manifesting something for months and months and months, because eventually you're going to believe that, well, I'm not manifesting this thing, it's just not coming. So then you stop the manifestation altogether. Manifesting is meant to be easy. It's meant to be joyful and meant to be fun. If you are trying to do something that is just not fun anymore, you're not going to be manifesting it, or you're going to be manifesting it at a snail pace. So for example, if you are trying to manifest your SB and you are here robotically affirming they love me, they love me, they love me, but last week they just said that they hated you because you are this or the other, constantly repeating that they love you when you haven't looked at why did this happen, what kind of worthiness issues have I got, do I just don't feel worthy of love, worthy of his love, what is happening here? And without really healing that wounding that happened during their experience, how are you meant to just tell your brain that, oh no, this didn't happen, right? I am very real when it comes to manifestations. I'm not gonna tell you, well, this didn't happen, you just ignore it. No, because you might be ignoring it at a conscious level, but at an unconscious level, you are completely still every night thinking about the time that they said they hated you. That is not how you're going to be manifesting your SB. However, if you start looking at your self-worth, if you change your self-concept, for you to believe in your own self-worth, for you to believe that you are loved, with or without this person, you are going to believe that they love you, that whatever they said was just an outburst of anger or whatever, but you believe that they love you because you, at a foundation level, you know you are loved. And the fact that you keep repeating, they love me, they love me, they love me, might just actually make you feel more triggered, because you're going to be looking at that external validation from the 3D, and the more you look for that validation, the less you're going to be manifesting, because you keep looking for that validation. You keep looking for that thing that you don't have. So the more you repeat, they love me, the more the external world is telling you, well, they said that they hate you, the more it's going to be triggering you, and the more you're going to be making that manifestation just so much harder on yourself, on everything else around you. And this isn't to say that robotically affirming or affirmations don't work. They 100% work. And there are some things that you can really repeat robotically and the belief will change, but there are some things that they are so much at your core belief of who you are that it's going to take more than just robotically affirming. There has been so many studies that have proven that affirmations work. I am not just saying this out of nowhere. Affirmations actually rewire those neural pathways. So you can really reconstruct those neural pathways to something that is going to help you in your manifestations, that's going to help you in your path to manifesting your dreams. And that's why affirmations really work. They help you do all of that. The whole basis around the law of assumption is whatever you assume will eventually show up in your 3D. Those assumptions come from your thoughts. It comes from your self-concept. The more you believe that this is true for you, the more it is going to show out there in the world. And a lot of those thoughts that we have, especially when it comes to manifestations that are, quite big around romance and money and jobs and things like that, it can bring up a lot of negative emotions like stress and anxiety. So replacing all of that negative talk with affirmations that are going to help you, that are going to be conducive to a better way to think about yourself and about your environment and about what you can achieve and what you can have, is always going to help you in manifesting those things. And the actions that you will be taking will come from a place of believing in yourself, because affirmations actually work on your self-concept. It's really working on the beliefs that you have about yourself and your external world. So how do you actually do affirmations? So Neville Goddard talks a lot about the power of I am, because when you say I am, it puts you in a place where you are the operant power. It puts you in a place where you are actually the creator. I have definitely tried doing affirmations as you and as I. When I am talking to myself, I'm the kind of person that is always using you. I don't know why. But when I am doing affirmations, it definitely comes from I am. It seems that the subconscious recognizes that a lot better. So I normally do affirmations as I am. And that is the way that I also recommend to do affirmations as I am. You want to be creating the affirmations as positive as possible and also in the present. So don't be like, I am unemployed, but like, I am employed in my favorite job. I have the most amazing job that I absolutely love. And this is where the robotically affirming comes in. You want to be repeating it enough that it is kind of convincing your brain, but at the same time, you also don't want to repeat it so many times that your brain just kind of dismisses it. This always reminds me of a story that an elderly person once told me. She told me this story that she had something in her eye which felt like a kind of black kind of thing in her eye, and she went to see the doctor and she said, well, don't worry about it because you're getting an eye operation anyways, so that's gonna go, but your brain also is gonna get used to that thing and eventually is going to remove it, so it's not going to be there in the next few days. And sure enough, a few days later she didn't see the black thing anymore and she thought, oh, it's gone. When she went to see the doctor was like, no, that thing is still there, we are removing it. But the brain is just how it works. So if you are robotically affirming something, you don't want to get to the point where the brain is just going to be dismissing it. So yes, repeat it from time to time throughout the day, so you are reminded of that affirmation. But what works at the best is spending a few minutes in the morning and a few minutes in the evening, just really connecting with yourself, kind of in a meditation where you are able to connect with yourself in kind of a trance level, or it doesn't even have to be a meditative state. It can just be you kind of connecting with yourself and pouring and filling your own cup. So you just take some time, you close your eyes, you sit down, and this can be very early in the morning when you first wake up. That's when your brain is the most malleable, and same before you fall asleep. But this can be done throughout the day. Just take 5 minutes and be saying these affirmations, really letting them sink in, really feeling them. That is going to help the brain connect with those affirmations a lot better. If you want to do it in the evening and you are doing sats, make sure that you do them before sats. They will still seep in during sats and while you are asleep. If you don't do sats, you can also just repeat them in the evening until you fall asleep. If you don't know what sats is, you can check out my video where I explain exactly what sats is and how to use them to manifest everything that you want to manifest in your life. So check it out somewhere up here. But you can also have a reminder on your phone every 30 minutes, an hour, a couple hours, where the affirmation will come up and then you'll repeat it. Again, try to connect a little bit more with it rather than just saying it, and carry on with whatever you're doing. Just take, even if it is 30 seconds, take 30 seconds to just and tell your affirmations, because they are going to sink in a lot faster. I hope this video was useful on how to create affirmations, how to make them work for you when you're manifesting. So make sure you give it a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts about affirmations? Have you got any questions, anything that's coming up? Also make sure that you subscribe to the channel for all things law of assumption, manifesting your dreams, and I will see you in the next video.